The brain is not the most powerful organ in the body. And once you find out what it is, you will understand why you feel the way you do.
Right now, it could be the real reason you cannot shake the bloating, the brain fog, the low energy, the poor sleep, and the weight that just won't move. And almost nobody ever taught you how to fix it. Your gut is home to trillions of tiny bacteria, and they may control how you feel more than almost anything else in your body. When they are healthy, they help you digest, calm inflammation, even make the chemicals that shape your mood and sleep. When they are not, gas, bloating, fog, that afternoon crash. And just how powerful are these little bacteria? In one study, scientists took gut microbes from twins, one heavier, one lean, and put them into mice. The mice took on the body type of their donor. The lean twins' microbes made lean mice. The heavier twins made heavier mice. This was in mice, yes, but sit with that. These are not quiet little tenants. They help run the whole building. So here is where it goes wrong for most of us. We graze. Breakfast, then a snack, a sweet coffee, lunch, another snack, dinner, a late-night treat on the couch. The kitchen never closes, so the cleaning crew never clocks in. The trash piles up, the bacteria grow where they should not, and the bloating begins. So here is tip number 1, and it costs nothing.
Space your meals about 4 to 5 hours apart and stop snacking in between. This helps your digestion and keeps your energy steady.
Picture your gut as a garden. Rich soil and healthy things grow. Bare soil and nothing takes hold. And the best fertilizer is not a supplement. It is fiber from plants. And there is a number worth remembering. In the largest gut study of its kind, the people with the healthiest, most diverse guts were not the vegans or the meat eaters. They were the ones eating more than 30 different plants a week. 30 sounds like a mountain, until you count herbs, spices, nuts, seeds, beans, fruits, and vegetables. A pinch of cilantro counts. A spoonful of pumpkin seeds counts. Why does variety matter this much? When your good bacteria ferment that fiber, they make powerful compounds that calm inflammation and seal your gut lining. And in a study of more than 1,000 people, scientists found clear groups of good and bad microbes tied straight to blood sugar, blood fats, and inflammation. And your diet shaped them more than your genes did. Let that land. You may have more control over your gut than your own DNA gives you. So tip number 2, chase variety, not volume. Mix smaller amounts of many plants. Toss seeds on a salad, add beans to a soup, rotate the fruit you buy. Every new plant feeds a new helper. And here's the part that should make you pause.
Digesting a late meal steals the energy your body needs for deep sleep and repair.
So tip number 3, and it is not about starving yourself. Keep your eating inside a 10 to 12 hour window. Finish dinner by 7 or 8 p.m., then let your body rest until morning. That overnight gap is when your gut quietly repairs itself. But even perfect food and perfect timing can be canceled in seconds. By a hidden switch, most people never know they are flipping. Your gut and your brain are wired together by one major nerve, and the traffic on that wire is controlled by one thing, your stress level. So picture a normal meal. You are eating while answering emails, standing at the counter, scrolling bad news on your phone. To your body, that low-grade stress looks like danger, and digestion becomes a luxury it skips. Acid drops, movement slows. So here is the line worth remembering. Digestion does not start in your mouth, it starts in your mind. So tip number 4 takes just 30 seconds.
Before your first bite into the food, take 3 slow, deep breaths and make each exhale longer than the inhale. That long exhale calms the nerve between your gut and brain.
It sends one simple message through your whole body. You are safe. And your brain switches digestion back on. 3 breaths. No cost, no product. It changes how your body handles the entire meal. Now, the next method shocked the very scientists who studied it. A team at Stanford ran a 10-week study. One group loaded up on high-fiber foods. The other ate lots of fermented foods. Everyone expected fiber to be the clear winner. It was not. The fermented food group saw their gut diversity climb and 19 separate markers of inflammation drop. The more they ate, the stronger the effect. The catch that fools almost everyone: fermented food only counts if it still has live microbes. Most jarred pickles and shelf-stable sauerkraut are just soaked in vinegar. Zero live cultures. The real stuff lives in the refrigerated section: plain yogurt, kefir, true sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha. And watch the sugar. Plenty of flavored yogurts hide as much as a dessert. So tip number 5, add real, live, fermented foods. But ramp up slowly. Go from 0 to a giant bowl of sauerkraut in one day, and you will be bloated and miserable. Start with a spoonful. Build up over a couple of weeks. So far, this has all been about what to ADD. But the next step is the opposite, and it might matter most of all. 3 things hit your gut hard. First, ultra-processed foods. Many contain emulsifiers and artificial sweeteners that can wear down your gut's protective lining. Second, unnecessary antibiotics. In a real emergency, they save lives, but they work like a forest fire, burning down the good bacteria right along with the bad. Third, the quiet daily load nobody thinks about: pesticide residue on produce and chlorine in your tap water. And want proof of how fast your surroundings reshape your gut? Researchers tracked people who moved from Thailand to the United States. Within just 6 to 9 months, their native gut microbes began to disappear and kept fading the longer they stayed. Same people, same bodies. A new environment quietly rewrote the garden inside them. So tip number 6, cut the daily damage. Fewer ultra-processed foods, filtered water, organic for the produce that gets sprayed the most, like berries, spinach, and grapes, and antibiotics only when you truly need them. Which brings us to the biggest lie of all, the one the entire detox industry is built on. A harsh cleanse does not reset your gut. Wiping out your bacteria all at once is a gamble, because whatever grows back is left entirely to chance. In one study, mice on a low-fiber diet slowly lost helpful gut species, and once they were gone, simply adding the fiber back did not bring them home. You build a healthy gut by feeding it well over time, not by blasting it clean and hoping. So the real detox was never a product. Let's bring it all together. 6 simple steps.
1. Space your meals 4 to 5 hours apart. 2. Eat more than 30 different plants a week. 3. Keep your eating inside a 10 to 12-hour window. 4. 3 slow breaths before every meal. 5. Add live fermented foods, slowly.
The most powerful organ you have was never your brain. It is the cleaning crew already living inside you. And all you have to do is stop standing in its way.
Please do send in your valuable responses and do like, share, and subscribe.